Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nick Harkson here with Touchdown Detroit Lions over here on Syndicate Sports Detroit. How's everybody doing today? I see Braylon in the comments already. What is up? What's going on? Yeah, it's a big week. It's draft week. One of my favorite weeks of the year. For a lot of different reasons. Usually because we're a worse team and we are drafting to see who's going to right this ship, but not this year, not this year. We are drafting to see who's going to take this ship to the ship. At least I hope. What's going on, John Peterson? Go Lions. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. It's draft week. So, a huge week for the Lions, for the fans. It's finally here. We're going to have a lot to talk about next week, but we do have things to talk about this week leading up to the draft. So, how's everybody doing? Big week, Mary Peterson says, of course. This is, like I said, one of my favorite weeks. But we do have some other things to talk about before we get to draft talk. And it won't take too long, I promise, because, we are all here for the draft. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait to see what Brad Holmes does. But, there's some things that happen over the week since my last week that I was here. And I think we all know. But 4 players on the Lions got caught gambling, and they are suspended. 2 of which are suspended indefinitely and are not on the team anymore. Talking about Quintez Cephas and C.J. Moore. That's unfortunate for those guys because I really thought that maybe, we'll get to that point in a second. The other 2, of course, Stanley Berryhill, and the one that we're most concerned about, Jameson Williams. Those 2 got suspended for 6 games. The reason why Cephas and Moore got suspended for more is because they bet on NFL games in an NFL facility, while Jameson Williams and Berryhill bet on non-NFL games, but still in an NFL facility. I personally think that this is a stupid rule. Now, obviously I don't think you should be able to bet on NFL games for obvious reasons. We don't want people throwing the games or anything like that. But if you're going to bet on a non-NFL game, I don't see the harm in that. But of course, there is, the argument where rules are rules and we should follow them and they should know the rules because they're clearly stated. And we broke them. So that's why they're suspended. And, J-Mo's agent did put out a statement saying that he was sorry and that he wouldn't intentionally do anything to jeopardize the game that he loves so much. And it also said that he apologized to the fans and the organization as well. But, not a good start to your career, J-Mo. Not at all. And I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, oh, time to unleash J-Mo. Can't wait for a full season of J-Mo this year. Well, not happening because he's out the first 6 games. So once again, we have to start a season off without Jameson Williams. Now, I don't know much about Berryhill, but I do know that we just re-signed C.J. Moore, who I believe signed his biggest NFL contract of his career. To just gamble it all away is just stupid. But he was a great special teams player for us last year. He made some big-time 4th down runs for us on the fake punts. But he's gone now. Now he doesn't have a team, along with Quintez Cephas, who I thought had potential to step up and make a difference this year. And if he wouldn't have bet with these guys, he would have definitely had his shot because Jameson Williams would have been out. He's kind of been plagued by the injury bug and now this, so he really hasn't had any significant playing time in the league yet. Kind of feel sorry for the guy, but, rules are rules, and you got to abide by them. Now, apparently Detroit has a gambling problem in general, not the city. I'm talking about the team, the Detroit Lions. because they had to let go of some staff a month prior to this for gambling as well. And, so they just get it together, guys. I mean, nip that in the bud. What the heck is going on? I know that we got the casino right there, but come on. You guys got to be better. We're professionals here, right? Sheesh. All right. I do think I'm gonna just touch one more thing about this too. I think it's kind of the NFL is being a little hypocritical here with the rule as well, especially for the being able to bet on games outside of the NFL because some of their top sponsors are FanDuel and DraftKings, and you see a commercial from them every single Sunday when the season's going on. They're airing at least 100 commercials of those a week, at least in one day. I'm talking about on Sunday. And, and then, of course, you got Win Terry's money on Fox. But don't gamble in my facility, dang it. Not in my facility. Just at home. All right, moving on. You know what week it is, baby. It is draft week. We are here. I can't believe it. It finally happened. It seems like it's taken forever because we've been talking drafts since the end of the season like we normally do. But this time, it's different. We're not going in as one of the bottom tier teams. We finished above 500 at 9-8. We were on a roll, barely missed the playoffs, got high expectations this year from a lot of analysts on TV, from our fans. Things are looking up for Detroit, and we have 2 first-round picks coming up. We have four picks in the top 60, which is incredible. I cannot wait for this draft, especially because, like I just said earlier, we're not drafting to right the ship here. We're drafting to take this ship to the ship because we already got a team set in place that's playing pretty well, got good chemistry. We added some pieces in the offseason. Of course, we lost some. But I think overall we've improved as a team, and we're only going to get better through this draft if Brad Holmes keeps on cooking like he usually does. I'm going to go into the comments, fellas and ladies. I will get in there in a second. So if you have some questions for me, go ahead and let them out. I will answer them by the end of the episode. I already do see one that I'm going to get into right here about Williams and his suspension. But yeah, let's get into draft talk. I don't know if Fresh and Fly's in here, but Fresh and Fly, I might have lost you because last week you asked me twice about, some wide receivers that I think we can find later in the draft. And yes, I'll address this question first because it ties together. So how does Williams' suspension affect their draft plans? Well, to me, I definitely think that we are going to be addressing, a receiver in the draft, but I already thought that we were going to anyways. I thought that at some point we were going to get a receiver with Jameson Williams' suspension or not. I was already thinking that, before the suspension news came out. So to me, it really doesn't change up their draft plans. I think that they always maybe we're going to target a receiver just to add some more weapons. That's just me personally, what I think. So if if I'm thinking what they're thinking, then, I don't think that we go wide receiver with one of the first 2 picks. It does kind of depend on how things fall. I like Bijan Robinson at 18. I like a corner at 18, depending on where we go with our first pick. I like D-line at 18. But if all of our guys who we thought that we liked are gone and, there's, second round talent there now, we're moving on to the second round. But at 18, there's that TCU wide receiver or, the USC wide receiver. Maybe we do take a shot there early, but I think that I would rather go, outside of the first round for a wide receiver. But I'm going to get into this. Fresh and Fly, and this is who I think maybe we could get. Fresh and Fly asked me last week and previous weeks before that, but who are some later wide receivers we could possibly take in this draft? And, this is – I meant to answer this last week, but I saw the question come in right as I was ending the live, so I'm going to address it this week. But here's 3 guys who I think we can get in, second, third, fourth, possibly fifth. I don't know, but these are some good wide receivers in my mind. You can go watch the tape on them after this that I think that we could get. And he wanted big body wide receivers as well, he was talking about. So here you go, Fresh and Fly. I don't think you're in here, but I'm going to do this for you, all right? I like A.T. Perry out of Wake Forest. The guy's 6'4", and his athleticism is just, it's unmatched. I saw him jumping over players. He's fast. He can burn people down the field. And he can also go up and get it at 6'4". So I really like him. I also like Mingo out of Ole Miss. And I'm talking about Jonathan Mingo. He's 6'2", 220. He can definitely make things happen after the catch. And he's great with contested catches as well. He's another burner too. So, and these are guys that I'm thinking could fall back. I'm not sure. I'm no draft guru, but just answering Fresh and Fly from last week. And the third wide receiver that I think that we could get in a mid-round or late round is Bryce Ford Wheaton out of West Virginia. He's 6'4", 221. Looks like they just threw the ball up to him a lot, and he went up and got a ton of them. He's one of those guys that you could use in the red zone. Just go out on a little fade, throw it up to him, and he's going to go up and get it. He's also got speed. I saw a little highlight where they threw a little screen to him. He made a move, and he took it to the house, burned everybody. So those 3 guys are who I like for a wide receiver in a mid-round. And out of all of those, I would have to go with Mingo. He just looked the best to me out of them. Go watch their tape, though, and you decide. But, I'm not going to be the one who picks here on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Brad Holmes is the guy who makes those decisions. But, Brad, if you're listening, these 3 could make a difference in later rounds. But he's probably got his own guys. Fresh and Fly, you're here. Did you see what I just said? Because I just went over the 3 receivers that I thought we could get in mid-rounds to later rounds. If not, you can rewind this, but I'll say them one more time. I said A.T. Perry out of Wake Forest, Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss, and, of course, Bryce Ford Wheaton out of West Virginia. 2 of them are 6'4", one of them 6'2", both big body guys, and they can go up and get it. But that was for you, Fresh and Fly. But, yeah. All right. So it is draft week. We're gonna do a mock draft here. I said that I was going to last week, and so I did one earlier. I recorded it, and let me just remind you guys, when I do these mocks, like I said, it's just for fun. I'm not taking it to heart. This is through PFF, so every other pick besides mine is all simulated. So I did not pick the other picks outside of the Detroit Lions picks. So I just went with what was there. With who I knew and what I thought would be a good pick for us. So here we go. This is my 2.0 2-round mock draft. Last one before the draft. Here we go. All right. We're going to enter in as the Lions, of course. We got the first picks. They're all going, and it looks like Devin Witherspoon's there, Will Levis, Bijan, Christian Gonzalez. There's some good people there. Can't see. But I'm going to go with my boy Devin Witherspoon with the first pick just because of who was there. I didn't trade. I'm not doing trades. So at 18, Miles Murphy there. Broderick Jones, I like that. Joey Porter Jr. could have gone with him, but of course I just picked up Witherspoon. Quentin Johnson, that's another guy that I like. Lucas Van Ness. But Tyree Wilson's there, and I don't know how he fell in this one. So I'm taking Tyree, baby. All right, so we got Witherspoon and Tyree. Here we go. Our third pick. Holy crap. Brian Bressee's there. Don't know how he dropped there either. Drew Sanders. That's good. But yeah, I got to go. I'm going with Brian Brissett. Didn't expect that. So we got D-line covered. We got edge and an interior guy. And here we go. Last pick. Jalen Hyatt. Keanu. I'm going with Jalen. I'm adding some wide receiver. I'm adding some offensive talent. And I went with my wide receiver right there. That's going to help. So there we go. Devin Witherspoon, Tyree Wilson, Brian Bresee, however you say it, and Jalen Hyatt. Let me know what you think of this. Like I said, I just went with the picks that were there. This is not, this is anything can happen on draft day, and kind of like this was a simulation. They simulated all the other picks. I don't think that it will fall this way, but I think I'd be happy with that no matter what. Right there with those picks. Like I said, you can't pick who you would actually want for this. It falls that way. So, I would like to see us get a linebacker, preferably Jack Campbell in the second round. I'm also wouldn't mind if we doubled up with an Iowa player and went tight end with a second pick in our second round. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. A lot of people have them falling a little bit before us. So we'll see how it all goes down. But I'm going to check over here into the comments, see what we got going on. We're going back to JMO. He said he knew the rules. You're right about that. 3 casinos. Of course, yes, you're right. But let's see. What draft pick would upset you as a Lions fan? Now, that is a good question. We're going to get into some Lions rumors here. And I was watching, Good Morning Football this morning, and they did a little round robin. Each person at the table picked a player for each team when it fell on them. And at number 6, they had us taking CJ Stroud. That's also a rumor going around right now that if he does fall to us at 6, that the Lions are going to take a really good look and might take him. I personally, that would be the pick that would upset me as a Lions fan. And I'm going to tell you why. I just don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. I know Justin Fields has potential. He hasn't proven a lot yet. He has potential, but he's a rival, so I don't talk much about him anyways. But Ohio State quarterbacks just haven't panned out that well. And I've been seeing like Orlovsky, other people comparing CJ Stroud to Goff a lot. So to me, why would we go out and get a quarterback who's compared to the quarterback that we already have? Why get another Goff when we already have the original Goff? There's arguments to that. Maybe it'd be cheaper. We wouldn't have to pay Goff in 2 years for an extension. We'd already have CJ Stroud here, and he could take over. But I just don't like it. If we're going to go quarterback, go a different way. I'm not sold on CJ Stroud. So to me, that would be the draft pick that would most upset me on Thursday if we got CJ Stroud at 6. How you feeling about that? Would you guys want to take CJ Stroud if he's there at 6? Do you want a quarterback? Do you want a quarterback high this draft? Do you think it's time to get the quarterback of the future since we do have 2 first-round picks this year? Or do you think we just beef up on defense? Do we go defense first, then Bijan, a tackle? What do you guys think? I'm curious to know. I answered that question right there. I don't want CJ Stroud. What do you guys want? Would you be okay with CJ Stroud? Let me know. D-Town says no QB, especially Stroud. I'm with you. I want defense and Caleb Williams next year. Okay. Yeah, Caleb Williams, that would be great if we can trade up to get him, or if he could follow us. I'm okay with that 100%. Let's see here. Matt Landers, are you talking about Sanders from Arkansas? Landers. Okay, yeah, for sure. Wouldn't mind that. I like A.T. Perry, Fresh and Fly. Thank you for that. Yeah, and I'm sorry, Fresh and Fly, that I took so long to answer that question. Last week I saw it come in, and I ended the stream right at the same time, so that's my fault, but I got it for you this week. All right, wasting a pick on Carter, says J Mommy. So here is another rumor that I'm going to get into that I'm seeing surrounding the Lions right now, and that is that the Eagles are supposedly calling teams that are at the back end of the top 10. And this is according to Charlie Campbell of Sports Illustrated. I would think that the Lions are one of those teams since they're at number 6. And the reason why the Eagles are calling these teams is apparently they want to trade up for Jalen Carter. Now, this is all rumors. This is not, no one's proven this. But it seems like the Eagles want to go and get Jalen Carter. So they're sitting there. Where are they at? 12? They're not too far back there. But I wouldn't mind trading back with them to get a little haul since they are out of the top 10. But, you never know what's going to happen. I personally think that if we do get Carter, it's going to be fine. I think we have the staff in place to make it work out. But I just have a feeling that we're not going to get Carter. I think that we're going to go a different way. We're going to trade back, or a lot of people even think that we're going to trade up, which would be crazy to me. A lot of people don't want that. I personally would stay at 6 or trade back if possible. I said before the Raiders would be good. I wouldn't mind going a few back. I saw today on Good Morning Football they had the Texans trading up to us, and they weren't too far back. I wouldn't mind that at all. But another rumor that's going around as well is that the Lions have already been on the phone with other teams to trade down from 18, trading back. So we are already looking like we're going to make a trade at some time in this first round, whether it be the first pick or the second pick. But like I said, it all depends on how things play out in the draft. I would not be mad at all if we traded back from 18 either, as long as it's not out of the first round. I want to stay in the first round with 2 picks, unless, of course, we're getting a haul and maybe another a first rounder for next year. And then we got 2 first-round picks again next year. But I'm going to see. We got some comments coming in. Yeah, trade 6 for 10 and 30. That wouldn't be a bad move at all. Get two more first-round picks. Then we got 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. That would be a great move. I'm all about that D-Town Heat. That's a great suggestion. Here we go. Got to sell the farm to get Caleb Williams. That's for next year. Okay. No QB. I want defense. I think we're all on the same thing. I definitely want those Eagles picks, says Fresh and Fly. Yeah, so that's what I'm all about. If the Eagles will trade us their first-round picks to move up to 6, let's make it happen. I think it's worth it. I think there'll be someone there at 10 that we can definitely grab. And and then we can make more moves at 18. We can still trade back and get more picks in the draft as well. So I'm really interested to see what happens. Brad Holmes said it himself. We can really go in any direction here. I just hope no matter what, we're walking away from Thursday with no new QB and just, mass improvement. 2 players, maybe 3, that can make a difference day 1. Fresh and Fly, here we go. Pick up Witherspoon and Simpson with those Eagle picks. Those are both good picks. You're talking about Simpson, the linebacker, I'm assuming. He's pretty versatile, so that would definitely, both those guys would help out our defense tremendously. I'd have to agree. I think I'm gonna be happy with this draft. I need to knock on wood because I don't know what we're gonna do, but just what we did in free agency and the way that we're set up right now coming into this year, I don't think we can do wrong in this draft unless you do get CJ Stroud at 6. That would be my only criticism. Maybe a kicker in the second round. I don't know. But you know what I mean. Like, I feel like we're set up really well to just go out and get best player available and just stack this team up even more. All right, so there are some more Lions rumors. Now, I did say that there was a Lions rumor of us trading back from 18. Well, there's also a Lions rumor that if Lucas Van Ness is there at 18, that the Lions are going to take him because they like what they see from him, but not enough to take him at 6. Now, I am an Iowa fan. I'll say that for those who don't know. And so I already wanted Jack Campbell, and that's who I would want out of Iowa. But I will not be mad with Lucas Van Ness. He has a high motor. I do feel like he'd put in the work. He's kind of, the Dan Campbell style. And I think that he would make a difference on this defense right away. But like you saw in my mock draft, Tyree Wilson was there at 18 with Lucas Van Ness. I went with Tyree Wilson over him. I do think that there's better talent there. But if they take him, not going to be mad with it. Yeah, you guys keep the questions rolling if you got them. I don't got too much more to talk about today because I'm so excited for the draft coming up that I, just going through it. But anyways, let's get back to this. One more Lions rumor. I'm sorry, fellas. Somebody and ladies. Somebody was just calling me. But there is another Lions rumor going around that I just saw a few hours ago, and this is also from Charlie Campbell. I don't know. I've never seen anything from this guy until today. I've seen a few rumors from him talking about the Lions. So, shout out Charlie Campbell. I'm not talking crap. I just saw your sources today, and we're going with them. But they are saying that teams are now calling to trade for DeAndre Swift or to see if he's available now that we have David Montgomery on our team. I know a lot of people want this to happen. They say, get Bijan, let Swift go. Well, that is the only way I will trade Swift is if we pick up Bijan Robinson there at 18, or if we trade back and we get him earlier or later, whatever happens. But I don't want to trade Swift unless that's happening. I did see, the return would probably be a mid-round pick, which wouldn't be bad for a guy who's been injured a lot. But I do think that Swift could play out his remaining time here and make a difference, especially with Montgomery there now. Just play him like you did last year. Keep him healthy, though. I'm talking about towards the end because the guy's explosive and he can make plays. But it's happening. People are calling about Swift allegedly. That's not. But yeah, I'm going to be upset if we trade Swift and don't get a running back this year in the draft because, then what are we doing? We got rid of Jamal and Swift, and we only got Montgomery. And, we got Jamar Jefferson back there, but he hasn't proven he can do anything. So if we're going to get rid of Swift, we really need to pick up Bijan or another skilled back, Jahmyr Gibbs, somebody in this draft. Otherwise, keep him because – I like Montgomery, but you need, in this day and age in the NFL, I feel like you need a dual threat back. Or not dual threat back, but a duo in the backfield is what I mean. All right, I'm going to hop into these questions here, see what's up. Our offensive line is so good that I feel we don't need to spend a high draft pick on a running back. I agree, but just imagine Bijan there with our line. I mean, I'm already trying to imagine what Montgomery's going to be like there because he's a top leader in the league of broken tackles. And so, I think that he's going to do great behind our line. But you make a good point, and I think that, I'm there with you. We can go a different way at 18. We don't need Bijan Robinson. But if he's there and we pick him, I'm not going to be mad because him and our offensive line will wreak havoc all over this league. And it will be a great thing for Jared Goff and the receivers as well because our play-action game will be that much better. But you are right. Our offensive line is already good, and our running backs should be able to run behind them well, the ones that we have already. All right, John Peterson, pick Wilson if available at 6. We're talking about Tyree. Yeah, I'm there with you. The guy, would you pick Wilson over Carter? And what if Anderson drops there? Would you pick Wilson over Anderson? I personally don't think Anderson will be there at 6. I think Carter might be. And if it's Carter or Wilson, I'm going to go with Tyree Wilson. Just for the simple fact of, he hasn't shown any character issues, I guess. So I'm taking the safer road. But I'm not going to be mad either way. But Tyree Wilson looks like he's going to be a freak of nature out there. And I will be very happy to have him on that defensive line. All right. What a bummer. Swift is super talented, but can't shake the injury bug. Yeah, I don't think it's a rumor going around that people are calling about him. It's not even confirmed. I'm going off of Charlie Campbell. Charlie Campbell's a source. So if he's lying, you can go and get that guy. Charlie Campbell of Sports Illustrated, okay? But anyways, just because they're calling does not mean that we're going to trade him. I think that Dan Campbell likes Swift. He's, like I said, proven that he is a very good running back when healthy. And I said this in previous podcasts that when it was week 3, 1 through 3, he was the second best running back in the league behind Jonathan Taylor. So, I mean, it proves right there that, he's got all the tools and the skill set. And, I mean, he was breaking off 50, 60-yard runs, big-time runs, and then he got hurt. But if he can stay healthy and they can kind of do the duo back deal with Montgomery now, Give Swift a little less touches. I think it's going to work out with these two as a duo. I think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out better than Swift and Jamal Williams. But will Swift be on our team? I hope so. I have a few of his jerseys. I rock some of his merchandise. I'm a Swift fan, so I'm with you there. I think it's a bummer if we do get rid of him. All right. Paul Martin, did you see Jamison Williams betting at a casino recently after suspension? Not a good look. Okay, so I saw the video, and I didn't see him place any bets. I didn't see him talking about any bets, but I did see him at the casino right after everything happened, enjoying his life. Yeah, it's not a good look to be doing that after you get suspended, no matter if you're betting or not. You shouldn't be inside a casino watching a fight. And if you are, you shouldn't be posting about it. And, maybe their reports came out that he was actually gambling there. I didn't see that yet, so I'm not going to put that on him. But you still, how are you there after you just got suspended for gambling? It blows my mind. I was so excited to see what he could do for this team, and I hope that he cleans up his act or gets his, just his character down. He needs a little mentoring. Get Marvin Jones in there with him. He needs to go hang out with Marvin because I do feel like his talent is out of this world, but he's got to be able to be on the field to be able to use it. And last year he had a good excuse. It was injury, but this year is no excuse. And yeah, I saw the video and I was kind of baffled by it as well. I was like, what are you doing, man? Come on. Just stay off social or post you getting your life back together or working out or something, but not in the casino watching the damn fight. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, Fresh and Fly. I think we should get Anderson at 6 and Robinson at 18. I would love that a lot. If Will Anderson falls to us at 6, that would be amazing, and I think we take him over everybody at 6. And then Bijan Robinson at 18. I've already expressed how I feel about that guy. I think him and our offensive line would do great things together for years to come. He already says that he looks up to Barry Sanders and tries to mimic him a little bit. And he said he would love to play for the Lions. So why not put him in Honolulu Blue? That's just how I feel. I know that we could fill needs, but I think the days of filling needs might be done with Brad Holmes. It's just about making this roster better and getting the best player available. And I think that we're going to fill the needs no matter what. It's going to happen. Brad Holmes isn't stupid. But when you have a generational talent like Bijan Robinson, who could potentially, make this offense like even way better, you might need to grab him there at 18. That's just how I feel. So I'm with you, Fresh and Fly. Would love to have Anderson at 6 first off, but yeah, Bijan at 18, not going to be mad about it at all. All right, I'm liking picking Gibbs later than Bijan early. This is from D-Town Heat. Gibbs would complement Monty. I also agree with that, so I'm agreeing with you guys. Hold on, I got to take a drink. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Gibbs can do the job too, and I think that Bijan is, obviously the better back, but maybe get something else that we need. And I said we're not going to draft for needs, but a really good defensive player still there at 18 who can be day one starter, and Gibbs can come in there and help the offense out right away as well. I won't be mad with either of those, or even if we go running back later and keep Swifty in there, or if we don't go running back at all. It's fine with me. I'm just saying, if we go running back, I'm going Bijan or Gibbs. Maybe the guy out of UCLA. I haven't watched much of him, but I like Bijan or Gibbs if we're going there. And I'm just saying I'm not going to be mad if we spend a first-round pick on Bijan. And don't be surprised if it happens. All right. Here we go. D-Town, what draft capital do you think we can get for Swift? From the rumors, it says a mid-round pick. So probably not much. I'm probably like a 4th or 5th at best. I don't think that we get a 3rd for him. It depends on how much other teams like him. Everybody sees the injuries just like we do. So they're not going to go out and give us a first or second. Definitely not. The potential of Swift, is the potential's always been there. He's got the potential to be one of the best backs in the league, but he hasn't proven that he is yet. So, we can't get a top pick for him, but we could get a mid-round pick. One mid-round pick is what I hear. All right. Fresh Anderson won't be there at 6. That's Paul. Sorry. And I don't think so either, but I do hope that he is for sure. And that's what Fresh just said too. I know, but I hope he falls. All right. We're just repeating each other. I gotta read these comments before I read them out loud. Here we go. Fresh and Fly. I'm more excited about the late round pickups rather than the first rounders. And I think a lot of us are because, Brad Holmes, he's good at that. He's proven that he can pick up these guys, these gems, the diamonds in the rough later on, like an Amon-Ra St. Brown, a James Houston, Rodrigo. He really doesn't miss too much when it comes on the draft. So I do trust in Brad Holmes, and I think that, if we acquire more picks, get a late rounder, a mid rounder for Swift, it's going to work out. The guy, whoever we get for that pick, I think can contribute to this team. If not day one, they'll get him going, and I trust this organization to do that more than ever. Previous regimes, I'd be like, okay, who we got in the first and second round? Okay, they're going to be good for us. Everybody else after that might make the team in a few years. Who knows if they're going to be with the team after this. Now I feel like every single pick is valuable, and that they do have a chance to actually play for this team in the first year and make a difference and be good players, because Brad Holmes is that good. All right. Here we go. Lions Planet, he's worrying me a bit. You talk about me? I don't know. Here we go. Fresh and Fly. I want to see if Brad strikes gold once again in the late rounds. Yep, we just talked about that. Lions Planet, he won't be there. Maybe grab a Zach Charbonnet in the third round instead. I think that's who we were talking about, that the running back. But yeah, we'll see. All right, Fresh and Fly and D-Town Heat are keeping me on my toes, on the balls of my feet today. If anybody else has some questions, let them roll. I'm almost out of here, but I'm going to answer Fresh and Fly's question right here. So when do you think we should address O-line? In what round? Because I would love to address defense with 3 of the first picks, and maybe O-line in late first or third. Yeah, Fresh and Fly, we're thinking alike here, okay? I think O-line, in my mock draft today, I took a wide receiver with my last pick of the second round. But ideally, I would go defense, first 2 picks. Maybe if the right guy's there at 18, go offensive line there. But definitely I want to go defense 3 of the first 4 like you. And I will not be mad at getting an offensive lineman with the other pick, a tight end with the other pick, a running back or a receiver with the other pick, but I definitely don't want to go past the third round for an O-lineman. I would probably prefer an O-lineman in one of those first 4 picks as well. But if we go another direction offensively with one of the first 4 picks and get 3 defenders, offensive line, third round, no doubt, no later. That's how I feel. All right. Lions Planet, I was just messing anyways. I was talking about JMO, is what Lions Planet said. JMO's off-field drama is concerning. His head is in the wrong place. Yeah, I agree with you. He's also concerning me. I wasn't that concerned, even a few weeks ago. I coach kids. I see how the youth acts. It's a whole new generation now, but it's starting to get more concerning. Just, he's kind of got that I don't care attitude after he just got suspended, and we can't have that. So they need to nip that in the bud right now and get it under control. I see a lot of fans wanting us to trade him. I don't think we should trade him. 6 games isn't half the season anymore, and he'll be back. They just need to get it corrected, because the guy, his speed is crazy. He could really contribute to this team if we can get his head on straight. So the Lions really need to work on that, get somebody with them. I said, bring Marvin Jones in, get him a mentor. Marvin has got a great head on his shoulders. he can show him the good spots to go around Detroit and have a good time, and just take him under his wing. But yeah, it's really, really frustrating with what happened there because I was very excited to see this offense from the get-go with J-Mo, and it's not happening once again. All right. I think J-Mo will be fine. Marvin will get a hold of him. Yep, just like I just said. See, great minds think alike, fresh and fly. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for me today. Had a lot of rumors. We went through a mock draft. Oh, we got one more. Fresh and fly is keeping me on my toes, like I said. Okay. Do you think Reynolds will step up in J-Mo's place when he's out? I sure hope so. I do know that Reynolds and Goff already have the chemistry down from their days in LA. But Reynolds kind of declined to me last year towards the end. So I hope that he can step it back up. He was great towards the end of his first year here when we brought him in, and then we gave him that contract. I think he could have done more for us last year. He did have some flashes, and he scored some touchdowns. He came up in big moments, but I think that he needs to really step it up even more this year, especially the first 6 games. If he wants to continue to play football in the league, this is the time to prove it. If he wants to come back with the Lions or sign with anybody else, have a big year this year. We need you. Come on, Reynolds. Let's go. All right. Well, yeah, that's it. It is draft week. The draft is Thursday. I'm excited. I can't contain my excitement. The next time that I talk to you guys, we are going to be talking about who we drafted and what happened in the draft. I cannot wait. Yeah, it's time, people. It's finally here. All right. Well, I'm out of here, and it has been a pleasure, like always. Thank you for all the comments. I'll be back here next Tuesday to talk draft talk, who we got, all that. 5 p.m. Detroit time, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. West Coast. Until next time, everybody. Peace.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions!